Today, we'll be diving into the world of scent, elegance, and confidence. Let me tell you a secret. Perfume is not just about smelling good. It's about making a statement. It's about creating memories. In fact, it's about expressing who you are. Joining me is a brilliant mind behind the Macbancy Perfume, a proudly Ghanaian fragrance brand that is taking over and redefining luxury and authenticity in the perfume industry here in Ghana. Today on the Ghanaian Entrepreneur, we have here Macbancy. I call him Nuruddin. Bro, what's up?
How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
It's been a while.
You look sleek.
Thank you. You look good yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so
Nice.
much. Thank you. So, Nuruddin, tell me, you are a young Ghanaian entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Of all the businesses in Ghana, why did you choose the perfume industry? What inspired you?
Yeah, so I get that question a lot. For me, I am a serial entrepreneur. I do a host of other things. But the reason I settled on fragrance is that fragrance is not just about, you smelling. It's also about boosting your confidence. And apart from that, what I seek to do with the fragrances that I create, I create them right from scratch.
Yes, I know
So it's
that.
a Ghanaian brand. Yeah. And this is like the first company that is producing fragrances right here in Ghana.
Wow.
And the inspiration is very simple. We are not seeking to just make people smell good. We are also seeking to use our fragrances to tell the heroic stories of Africa. Because when I look around Africa, you can't even point a single fragrance brand that has hit the international market.
That is very true.
Meanwhile, most of our ingredients are even untapped. For instance, if you come to Ghana, there are certain ingredients that are not known to the West. So it's very new to them. They haven't used it for any fragrance before and all of that. And today, the biggest problem fragrance people are facing is duplication. A lot of people are able to clone bigger brands. And the reason is that in the world of fragrance, you cannot patent your juice. You can only patent your box, your bottle design, but not the juice. So the only arsenal or the only what you have is to keep your recipe a secret. But the Chinese have created a machine. Once you spray the fragrance in there, it will be able to break the fragrance in molecules and percentages. So that gives Ghana or Africa the edge, because if I use dawa dawa or prekese or Adam fruit in my fragrance, this machine will not be able to recognize it.
That's true.
You see, so I'm saying that we want to create these fragrances and make Ghana the capital of fragrance in Africa, just like the way Dubai have now become the capital of fragrance in the Middle East. We want to do the same thing right here.
So that is the inspiration.
That is the inspiration.
To take Ghana fragrance to the international level.
To take Ghana fragrance, make Ghana the capital of fragrance in Africa. Tourists can come, fragrance tourism to boost the economy. Look at the unemployment. And the fragrance supply chain or the fragrance value system alone can take about 6,000 to 7,000 people as employment. Yes, because we are looking at extraction. People that will be extracting these oils, these plants, these herbs, and all of that, get them into the oil form for fragrance creation. We are looking at packaging, people that will be doing the packaging. We are looking at bottling. So it's a whole ecosystem. And that's what I've been pushing all these years to put Ghana on that map.
How long have you been doing this? And how has the journey been so far for you?
Thank you. Starting my own fragrance brand started in 2021. Proud to that, I used to sell designer fragrances or other people's creations and all of that. But starting my own first production as Macbancy started in 2021. And then I would say, Ghana, the journey has been very, rocky and all of that. But we know that with perseverance, one of the biggest problems we have in this country is mediocrity. So if anyone is able to move a little bit above that mediocrity, you will do well. So, and I'll say that is what has kept us moving. A lot of people see our packages and they wonder where it's coming from.
Yeah, I think that one of the things I love about your business is the packaging.
Yes.
The moment you see, you know this is Macbancy packaging.
Exactly, because we want to compete with global brands. So definitely you need to create sense, not just the packaging, but the performance and the pricing. So when someone sees it in Selfridges or Macy's, they will not be able to tell you that this thing is substandard. We don't create substandard. So we make sure that it's the world standard, created right here in Ghana. And I've made an effort to do our packaging right here. I don't want to take it anywhere. I don't want to import anything. I'll do it right here. From the start, the challenges we had is that we don't have people crafting boxes like that, packages like that. But so we had to do it over and over again, wasted a lot of money to be able to get it right. And even had to bring in some machines to be able to get the edges and all of those things.
So one of the
right.
challenges is the packaging and...
Yeah, so one of the challenges is one, packaging. Secondly, perception. Ghanaians, a lot of it.
So long as it is a Ghanaian fragrance,
it will be substandard. Exactly. And I agree with them. Because my worry is that as a business person or as an entrepreneur, don't go around telling people to support what you are doing because you are Ghanaian or they have to support made in Ghana. The thing has to be done well. If someone picks a product and cannot find fault in it, the minutest faults in it, they have no cause to be talking like that, because there are certain brands. Today, if I even ask majority of Ghanaians where Gucci is made, they won't be able to tell.
No.
Because Gucci has distinguished themselves as a luxury brand and you can't find fault with it. So it doesn't matter where it comes from, whether it's made in China, whether it's made in Italy or even France. And that's the level we have to go as Ghanaian entrepreneurs. Let's look at giving people value over value for their money. So for me, I think the challenge is the Ghanaian mindset on made in Ghana stuff.
Products.
You get it? And I think that let's move it away from the Ghanaians saying that this is not standard and all of that. Let's take it to produce something that they cannot resist.
Have you had any personal interaction with a customer or somebody who has criticized your brand because it is Ghanaian?
Yeah, I mean, I took a bold step. When I started, people said that, why don't you just write made in France so that you'll be able to sell faster? And I'm like, Lou, sometimes you need to take a journey into your past to be able to appreciate what the future holds. In Africa, if you don't know who you truly are, before these people took gold and refined it and brought jewelries to us, our kings those days used to wear ornaments and all of that. So our culture has always been rich. You get it? I've got a lot of people saying that, hey, this thing, the way you are putting too much effort in it is Ghanaian thing. They will not take it serious and all of that. And I'm like, look, the journey might be long, but I know where I want to go. That's where we were 3 years ago when we started. It's not where we are today.
Right.
You understand? Today, people see the brand and they wonder why I am putting so much energy and all of that in it. And I'm like, all these brands you see, Bottega, Gucci, and Ferragamo, all of that, they all started like that. They have become global phenomenons that people want to die for. And I'm saying Macbancy is just beginning. We have started, we've done a 4-year run now. We are in our 5th year and all of that. Our plan is a 15-year plan.
Wow.
So we know where we are going.
So in the next 10 years time, you should hit the international market.
In the next 10 years is too far. What we have done with our projection and all of that. In the next 3 to 4 years from today, as we have this conversation, you will come back here and you say I said it. Because I know it's a gradual process and we are not in a hurry. It's just that I have what we call aggressive patience. I'm patient inwardly, but I'm a very aggressive outward.
I have used your product before.
Thank you.
Over and over again. And I must say, I love the smell. When I go out, people are like, what smell is this?
Yes.
What smell is this? How do you outsource your ingredients?
Thank you.
And do you use any element of Ghanaian things, like you mentioned the dawa dawa? Do you use any Ghanaian element in your ingredients in producing these fragrances?
Thank you. I really love this question because it is like the cornerstone of Macbancy, what we are doing. So Macbancy solely, as I said, we infuse a lot of African ingredients in our fragrances, and that is what makes it unique. You see one thing, anything that you can consume into your system, you can use to make fragrance. If it's not harmful inside of you, it will definitely not be harmful on your skin. And then the reason why a lot of people in Africa can relate with my fragrances is You have been eating these things every day. You've been smelling it every day, just that you didn't know it could be used to make fragrance. So once you put your nose to it, psychologically you are thinking,
I know
it's
this
something
scent.
I
I
know
know
about this
it's
thing.
familiar
It's
to
familiar,
me.
but you can't point it out. If I ask you what is in there, your mind will never come on dawa dawa. Your mind will never come on prekese. You know, but there's something inside of you that tells you that this scent can be recognized. You see, let me give you a simple scenario. 10 years ago, people never associated oud to be a good scent because, but when Dubai opened up for tourists, people started going to Dubai and all of that. Initially, when they went there, they didn't like the smell. 2 3 days of being in Dubai, you start to see that, oh,
Everybody
this
is
Emirati man just came out from his Bugatti and he's smelling like this and all of that. Psychologically, it's telling you that no, this scent must be for the rich. All of those people who have had the chance to travel out to Dubai and all of that and came back, you will realize that they start talking about oud. They love oud. They want to own it and all of that because scent is prestige. You see? So once you have used it a couple of times, it becomes very normal to you. That's why I'm saying that we can also make sense right here in Africa and expect, because now tourism have opened in Ghana. And this is the right time for us to go heavily into this fragrance industry because people come in all the time from the US and all of that. If they are met with this beautiful scents that we have to offer, they will go back and sing our praises.
True.
You see, and I understand that the Ghanaian consumer is comfortable with this kind of scent. So any scent that I create, once you put it to your nose, you like it instantly. You know, it's not magic. I just understand the buying patterns and all of that. Yeah.
Ghanaians love long-lasting fragrances
Fragrances,
on
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
How do you select your fragrances?
Yes.
And for personal styles, like if you want to go to weddings, how do you select? How do you educate people to select fragrances for personal styles?
Stuff. Yeah, so on that question, I would say Ghanaians don't understand what we call eau de toilette or cologne or parfum. All they care about is that the fragrance smells good and it lasts longer. So
True.
it won't make sense for a producer like me in Ghana to make a fragrance that is lighter. It will just be deemed as, you know, a substandard or a fake fragrance, right? Ghanaians just understand that the thing, a chewa me ho.
True.
Yeah, they last for my top. You understand? So for me, what I do is people don't understand the psychology of fragrance because when you are going to sleep, there's a particular scent that you have to wear. That's if you're a perfume lover. You know, obviously you are going to sleep. You want to be calm. You want to be relaxed and all of that. There's no point wearing oud. Oud is harsh. You know, oud is very strong. It will distract your sleep. You need to wear something that is more softer, something fruity, something floral. You know, it's calm. It's mild. You get it? That you can have a very good sleep. If you're going for a wedding and you are the alpha human being, you want people to feel your presence, then you are looking for a bolder scent. You get it? If you're an alpha human being like a man and you wear a sweet fragrance like a woman, there's a mismatch there.
True.
You need to understand your personality. For fragrance, it's all about personality. Because if you walk in, Nate, and then I smell a certain fragrance on you, I'll be able to place your personality somewhere.
True.
But imagine you walk in, a muscular man, and you are smelling
Like a woman.
like a woman and all of that. What does that tell? I'm like, hey, this man, why? What's going on? And all of that. Places like you are going to the office, your office, you are co-sharing spaces with people. You don't have any business wearing a harsh fragrance.
True.
Because it's not about you alone. It's about the aura
Other people,
around you.
yeah.
Other people have sinuses, you know, people have asthma and all of that. So you have to tone down. You are going to the church where a lot of people want to concentrate on their prayer, and you are wearing a strong fragrance. What are you saying? They will praying and be thinking about you. You are going to the mosque. Everybody is praying for what they want in their life, and you come stand beside them, and you are smelling so pungent. You know, it doesn't work. You know, and with those places, we need full focus to be able to communicate to our gods. You get to our God. So someone like a carpenter, you should be careful with the fragrance that you're wearing because you are always sweating. Someone like a mechanic and all of that, you are going to dinner with your woman. There's no point wearing a stronger fragrance. It has to be a fragrance that she would want to linger a little longer, talk to you a little longer, and all of that. You are going for an interview and you are smelling stronger than the panelists and the boss. It doesn't make sense. All these things has to do with your personality. You are an introvert and you are wearing a strong fragrance. It doesn't work. You know, you're an extrovert. You want people to smell you and recognize you, it's good to wear a strong fragrance. So that's it about fragrance and personality.
There are young people like yourself,
Yes.
or even way below you, who wants to also go into, if not
fragrance
necessarily
business.
even the fragrance industry,
Yes.
other industry. I mean, they are entrepreneurs. What advice would you give to young people who are trying to start up a business? Because we all know how difficult it is
It
to
is to
start
start
up
up, yeah.
a business here. Most businesses don't last for 5 years.
Mm.
So you have been able to go for 4 years.
Yes.
What advice would you give to young ones who are coming up?
I would say that, you see, if we want to start thinking about creating sustainable jobs and doing well for ourselves, it's about time we start thinking outside the traditional ways of providing jobs. This industry is a new one. We are just about 3 or 4 brands in Ghana that are producing locally, but we are all doing it in our small scale and all of that. We invite more and more people to start looking into the fragrance, ecosystem. It's a huge one. Today, as we speak, the fragrance market is worth 70 billion.
Wow.
Yearly. So right now, if Ghana can be able to make 0.01 out of 70 billion, we are talking about $70 million annually into our GDP, which can be done. You see, just 0.01 out of the 50. Last in 2023, fragrances that were imported into Ghana alone amounted to over $51 million. $51 million, 2023 alone. And by 2027, it will hit $70 million. Wow. So why can't we start producing locally? Because there is demand for it. It's just that the people who are buying these fragrances are non-luxury buyers. They can't afford the 4,000, 5,000s and all of that. So they resource to the Dubai clone fragrances and all of that. If we make a strong case, we provide scents that are good, that are long lasting and fit their personality, they will definitely buy as well. So we are saying that if you are out there and you want to go into fragrance, you have to be curious. Very soon, our academy is coming up, the Ghana Fragrance Academy. We are working on it, so you can learn everything about fragrance and you can also start your fragrance. That is the only way we can become the capital of fragrance in Africa.
Pricing is the issue of Ghanaians.
Yes.
We know fragrances like the Gucci, like Chanel, and all of those things come at a cost.
Thank you.
What is the price range for Macbancy, and how have you made it affordable for Ghanaians?
Yeah, so for me, going in fragrance business itself is about solving a problem, right? If I decide to solve Ghanaians' problems, we know that 80% of our people they fall within the middle income bracket, right? Unless, of course, we want to just stress with the 3% luxury buyers. So what I do is that I have fragrances from $700 all the way to $5,000. Depends. So I cut through every market. If you are the mass market buyer, there's something for you. If you are the luxury buyer, there's something for you. But one thing remains: even those who buy our 700, they still get a value for their money. Nothing is reduced in there. The packaging and everything is still well standard. Unlike other brands that would just push, substandard because it's cheaper. They push substandards. We put in a lot of work, even with the mass market production that we do. So our pricing is smooth. A fragrance that can be compared to a Tom Ford, which is selling for 8,000, we sell it for 1,000 cedis.
Wow.
Yes, in terms of DNA, because we don't clone fragrances. We make everything from scratch. So our fragrances are all unique. The scents are unique. You can't smell our fragrance and say it smells like something you know. No.
It can never be.
Yeah, it cannot be like that. But with the DNA of creation, we peg some of our fragrances higher than the Tom Fords and Gucci's, but we still sell it as cool as 1,000, 1,200.
You've been going for the past 4 years.
Yes.
How many branches do you have now?
So now we have a branch here. We have East Legon. We have Tamale as well. We are working on Kumasi and Takrade, and our online presence is also good. We're selling in Dubai and we're selling in Kenya. So we are still doing the test run until we finally have an industry that we can now spread across. We'll use GEPA, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, to spread it across, and then the Continental Free Trade Area to be able to cut across Africa. So that is the bigger, dream that we have.
Yeah, thank you so much for talking to me. As an entrepreneur, you have done so well because I know when
Yes,
Macbancy
exactly.
started,
Oh, yeah.
and I know how far you
We
have
are
come.
gone.
Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you very
And I
much
know
for
people
coming.
will be inspired by your journey,
Exactly.
and I hope they take a cue and become proud of doing made in Ghana product
Thank you.
for all of us. Thank you so
Exactly.
much.
You are welcome, my brother. Thank you for coming.